Hello, be welcome here to one more video in this channel. Um, I'm a native, for those who don't know, okay, I live here in Brazil over the last 36 years. So I have knowledge about what I'm going to uh, comment here, that is about society in Brazil. What are the different layers here of I'm talking about economics, okay? How society in Brazil is divided economically. For you that is a foreign, have a better understanding about Brazil. I know there is a lot of Brazil spread all over the world, so um, maybe you are curious. I don't know. Maybe you are planning to move here. Whatever. This video will be very, in my opinion, here very honest and direct for the better understand how it works. And it's not easy. Brazilian life is not easy, and you will understand here what happens really for the truth. So I'm going to the downside up to the upside in terms of income and money, okay, going and scaling here, okay. So let's start here for the poors, okay. People that make the minimum wage. You saw in other videos that the minimum wage here is about $200 per month, $300 per month, okay. And it's not enough money, okay, to have a decent life. And I will explain how. Maybe try to explain how people survive with this kind of money. But here in Brazil, the minimum wage, the normal job that you get minimum wage is something like this. You get the monthly wage, that is this kind of $250 and $300, and when you get fired, you get the rest of the income, okay? It's not only $300, okay? It's like you get 50% more when you got fired, and every month you have a kind of saving that is forced. We call here the FGTS, okay, that the government obligates you to save this money, okay. You don't receive monthly this money. There is other things like when you get fired, your employee has to pay a bribe. I'm not sure if is this the word, okay. It's additional money that he has to pay, okay, like a punition, okay. Don't know how can I say this word in English. A fine, okay. He has to pay a fine, okay. Fine, maybe that's the word, but I think you understand. But well, anyways, the monthly wage here for the poor is not enough to survive, because food here is very expensive. It's not very expensive, but it's kind of the same price in like Europe, let me say like this. And the purchase power is like 5 times more than here in Brazil, 6 times more, okay. So for Brazilians, food be expensive because of this, because the purchase power here is low. Okay. For you to have a notion, let me say 1 kilo of meat here is like 30 reais. So if you divide by 5 in dollars, you get like $6 a kilo of meat. So do the mathematics. If I want to eat like 10 kilos of meat in a month, for one person you have to spend like $60, and you make only $250, $300 per month. So only with meat, I'm not counting like rice, bean, oil, gas, other things to eat, and the breakfast and the dinner, okay, you understood. I'm not counting on other things you have to eat during the day. I'm counting only on meat. Whoa, so as you can see, the poor life here is not easy. What the poor do here normally is they have to get other jobs outside their job. Okay, I don't know, babe. Really, I don't know how they do this, but many times they live with their parents until late 30s or late 40s or forever. Sometimes they go by themselves and work by themselves with Uber, or like selling things in the street or in the beach, or work by themselves, okay, basically, and try to make a little bit more money, okay, but it's not easy, okay. It's a very with your basic work, the point here is, with your basic work, with a normal job, generally you cannot have enough to have a good quality of life. When I say good quality of life, is like basic things like food, living a good home, things basic, okay, you cannot have. So they do like this, okay. Now let's go passing to the middle class. The middle class here is another layer of the society that pays a lot of taxes, okay. Because when we see the poor, yes, they have a difficult life, but sometimes they use public education, something like this. The middle class here is a bit different, because their parents used to have a good, comfortable life in late, like 50 years ago, 60 years ago. And Brazil has got a lot worse 50 years older until now, until today. Today, homes are a lot expensive. Let me say, the average conditions are a lot worse, okay, nowadays for the Brazilians. So when you born in a middle class, you be like in this dilemma, trying to have the same life your parents used to have, and when you go to the market, you face scarcity of jobs, okay. And the jobs here are scarce generally because Brazil has not this very well developed economy, capitalism. We doesn't have enough companies to pay good salaries for everybody. And here in Brazil we have a lot of people with high degree, because here we have this kind of politics that there are unlimited amount of universities. Literally every corner you have a university. So high degree here is very, very accessible. So everybody has a high degree. So there is a high number of people with high degree, okay? And the high degree doesn't value anything by itself, basically. You don't have enough companies to pay high salaries for a lot of people with high degree. And generally, in the middle class, I am in the middle class, the children, the sons of the middle class, once you have a high degree, thinking that they will have good salaries as their parents had. But in that times, we used to have less people with high degree, so the high degree used to worth more than today. And they do a university and discover that their high degree course doesn't value anything, and again they don't have a decent quality of life, a good salary, to have the same standards their parents used to have. And again, this middle class, they have some ways out, let me say like this, okay? The option number one is try to work by themselves, okay? As an autonomous worker, okay? This used to have good, you can make a lot of money with this kind of thing, but you can, but the majority of times, make just a little money and make no money at all, because working by yourself is not something easy. You have to know how to sell, how to persuade. You must have a lot of soft skills, let me say like this, to be a successful autonomous worker. Let me say like this. Okay, and this is not teach in the schools generally. Okay, so just a few people can have success in this way. There is another way here in Brazil out, not to be rich, but let me say have some comfort in life, that is being a public servant. Okay, this is very incentivized here in Brazil because it's really a way that you can make more money than the average, let me say like this. But are not all the public servants that have high salaries, because there is a lot of benefits for public servants. It's a very incentivized, let me say like this, job here in Brazil, because because you have stability. Okay, so when you got a public job, you cannot be fired, never. Okay, yes, there are some cases that you can be fired, but generally people never be fired in all their lives, and they have this kind of guarantee income for all their life, basically. But the problem again, there are only few public jobs that really pay the money enough to have the basic. That is, again, a home, a car, a good education for your child. Okay, how much this costs in Brazil? A lot of money. Okay, a lot. Okay, so the majority of the public servants, yes, they have, they make way above the let me say the minimum wage that a private worker makes. Okay, but many times they cannot really have a comfortable life, so they have to make like debts and installments in everything they have to buy, because the money is not enough, so you are in debt like forever, or you live with your parents forever too, and still living in the late 30s and whatever. That is a thing that here that happens a lot, that many Brazilians, in the majority of cases, they need help for their parents until late 30s and 40s, because it's this thing that I've mentioned here. Okay, and this happens a lot with the middle class, because their parents, they used to have a comfortable life. As I say, they have a home, they have savings, because Brazil in the old time was better, and it's been declining with the time due to the reasons I said here. The economic here is been declining. Okay, so the parents have conditions to today give a little help to their sons. Okay, something like this. So these are the way out, and some few Brazilians can pass in a very good public servant job that pays high incomes, and they will not be rich. Okay, but they will have like the basic. Okay, basic is like this. And we have another layer of the society that are the rich. Okay, the really rich. And who are the rich in Brazil? The rich are business owners. Okay, okay, not only Brazil but in all over the world. Business owners are the who make the majority of the money. And here in Brazil, you have a very hostile environment to the entrepreneurs. Okay, and because of this, you have a lot of opportunities too. Because if the environment is hostile to the entrepreneurs, you have few business. Okay, so you have few competition in the market. Let me say like this. Yes, you have a lot of companies. You have a lot of people that has to be business owners not because they want, but because it's the only way, because we have no jobs. You cannot get a regular job, something like this. So you have to be a business owner because you are some kind of forced to do this. But whatever. In this hostile environment, you have a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of niches that have bad services, that if you do the basic a little bit better than the others, you can make a lot of money. So there is a lot of opportunities, and it's in the same time is a lot difficult too, because there are a lot of details that are very specific here from the culture, in the consuming, in the employees is a, you have, like, you understand the culture here in Brazil is something very important to have happy employees in your business and really achieve wealthy in the business. You must have good employees working happily in your business. It's a very hard thing to do, but there are ways of doing this. Some few entrepreneurs, like, they go right in this way and make a lot of money and being very rich. Okay, so in an unequal environment like Brazil, you have people that makes a lot of money, and when they go right in the business area, they make a lot. Okay, you have a lot of people, and when you go wrong, you go really wrong. Okay, so there is this volatility of the economy. If you go right, you'll be in the top. If you go wrong, you'll be in the bottom. Okay, high volatility. It doesn't have like equality. Okay, is this, okay, very ups and downs. Okay, but well, it was a summary here of how society works. I hope this would be helpful to you. If you like this video, don't forget to like the button, subscribe, and if you have any questions, I'm here to try to answer. So that's it. Thank you, and see you in the next video.